Hello, guys. Okay, I don't know if anyone is here already. If you can hear me, I would like for you to click on the like button if you can hear me right now. Uh, you're welcome to the Journey of a Ninja Boy. My name is Pascal. Okay, I think I'm going to wait a little while for other people to join us, but for viewers that are online now, if you're online and you can hear me, please drop a comment in the live section and in the live chat, and also click on the like button for me to know that you can hear me and you are here with me. In a couple of minutes, we'll be starting. I know that I'm expecting a lot of people. Some already promised to join, some through my friend Awal, and today we'll be having a lot of discussion. Ask questions, and you can always ask your questions in the live chats. You can always type any questions that you have for me, and I'll be answering them maybe as I go on with my discussion, or when I'm done with the discussion for today. But if you're here, you can see me and you can hear me. Please click on the like button. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe now. The subscribe button is just down below your screen now. Just look at the subscribe button and click the subscribe button, and I can see. So the numbers of like I'm getting on this video is not as much as the people. So if you're here, click on the like button. Mr. Akonvia, wow, thank you very much. I am also how will I say, it's a privilege to do this on your behalf and to also join everyone that needs help at this point in time. So today it's 2 minutes that we've started already, but then I'm still going to wait a couple of minutes for not too much. Maybe in the next 1 or 2 minutes, I'm going to start. But if you're here again, smash smash on the like button there. Just click on the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed already. I have viewers watching. Do that right now, please. And in so today I'm going to give a brief introduction of what we'll be talking about. We'll be talking about how to get admission to study in Canada. And I should say this, that today, and this is my first time that I'm doing a YouTube live video. It is kind of, how will I say it now? It's a so-so experience for me, but then it's fine because I know that I have a live audience. I have people that are watching me and that are getting ready to get informed too as well. So, guys, uh, without wasting much time, Mr. Awal, can we start now? Just tell me if you can start now, and we'll go ahead and start. Okay. Thank you. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. So, we're going to start. And today, my name is Pascal. Okay, if you don't know me, I am a computer science graduate. I graduated from Ladoke Akitola University of Technology with a Bachelor of Technology in Computer Science. I also completed my Masters of Computer Science at the University of New Brunswick in New Brunswick, Canada. And I currently work in Canada. I currently work as an IT person, as an operation analyst for one of the banks here. So, but today it is not going to be about me. So it's going to be about things that I have to share. And I need to give like a little disclaimer that everything that I'm going to be saying here is based on my experience so far here and the things that I've researched. So if you have any questions that I can't answer now, I'll try as much as possible to come back with an answer for all the questions that you have for me. So let's get started. So everybody, when it comes to getting admission to study abroad, we are always worried about a couple of things. We're very, very worried about a couple of things. And sometimes I feel like some of us, we like to put the cart before the horse. ordinarily is meant to be the horse before the cat, but then we always like to put the cat before the horse. And what do I mean by that? Some of us are so worried about getting a visa to travel abroad rather than sorting out the admission part of the thing that will take you abroad. Because for you to even get a visa to go abroad, you need to have a purpose of going, because that is always the one thing that they ask you: what is your purpose of visitation to the country that you are going to? Is it that you go to go and visit people for tourism sake, or you want to go and study, or you are immigrating to that place? But for the purpose of today, the purpose of traveling for us is to go and study. So for us to even plan on getting the visa or to travel abroad to go and study, we need to get the admission first. So today we are going to be talking about how to get that desired admission, and I'm going to be speaking specifically to people that are looking into doing the undergrad studies. I'm going to be touching points too for people that are looking forward to do masters too, because most of these things too apply both ways. So today is going to be about admission. So um, the first thing, I'm going to be giving a few points, and I'm going to be iterating on the things, or expatiating on the thing that you need to put into consideration when you need to get admission to study abroad. And the first thing that you need to put in mind is that you need to know what you want to study. Sometimes we are always overwhelmed by the need to travel that we don't even plan ourselves. You need to plan. You need to know what course you want to study. What do I want to study? So when I was in Nigeria, I studied computer science. Most times, I know that when it comes to undergrad studies, the decisions are not even made by us at that point in time. Sometimes it is our parents that are willing to make us study medicine, to make us study computer engineering, to make us study law, to make us study a lot of things. But sometimes we need to, even as parents, you need to communicate with your children, or and let them understand that I have in mind for you to study this, but you too, you should listen to hear from those children based on their capability and their interest. They should be able to say that this is what I want to go and study. Because if you force a child to go to school to study what he or she is not capable of doing, there will be a problem at the end of the day. So one thing that you need to figure out as a parent and as someone that needs to come and study abroad, you need to figure out what course you want to study. Because when it comes to studying abroad, and in Canada specifically, uh, things here are different. The study pattern is different. The way the educational system is built is different. You need to be really, really focused and be determined that I want to study this, because you will really be overwhelmed with the number of courses that you'll be taking, or with the numbers of activities that you'll be having on campus. So you need to decide what course I want to study. And when deciding what course you want to study, just like in Nigeria or in every other place, you need to have a first and a second choice, meaning that if I am not accepted to this one, which other one, this other course I'll be willing to study. So I'll give an example for people that wants to study medicine or nursing specifically. Sometimes you might choose nursing as your first choice, but you have a choice of biology because as a second choice, meaning that if nursing doesn't work out, biology is an easy way to trace yourself back into nursing, maybe later, and you want to switch or something. So those are the kind of things that you should weigh when it comes to studying abroad or looking for admission abroad. You need to determine what course you want to study. Then after knowing what course you want to study, you need to go ahead and determine the basic requirements for that course that you want to study. First, let me say you need to know the basic requirements for the school that you want to go to, because sometimes different school have different requirements. And when it comes to looking at school, I'm not going to tell you to streamline yourself to one or two schools. You need to look for one, two, three, four different schools and see what are these good things about this school that you really feel like, this school is one place that I want my child to go to, or this school is one place that I want to go to myself. You need to look for something in that school and find out what you want in particular about that school. So if you have determined that, you need to know the basic requirements. What are the basic requirements for even getting admission into undergraduate studies in schools? So, basic requirement, and I'm going to give you for undergraduate study. The basic requirements is for you to have completed your high school or secondary school in Nigeria or in any way. You must have completed your high school and you must have your grade 10 to grade 12 results. In Nigerian equivalent, the grade 10 to grade 12 is what we call the SS1 to SS3 results. You must have all your results from SS1 to SS3. If it is for masters, you must have completed your university in Nigeria, meaning that you must have a certificate and you must have a transcript with you. So the for the undergrad, which is our bone of contention majorly for today, you need to have the transcript from SS1 to SS3. The transcript is just majorly the results that the report sheet that they give to your to give they give to you, or they give to your children in school. The report sheet from first term, second term, and third term to SS3 first time, second time. If the school encourages mock exam, you need to put the mock exam there. Then you need to have a WAEC result. Is that you have a normal WAEC result, the one that is done in May, June, or you have the GCE WAEC results. Those are the things, those are the basic requirements for getting admission into undergrad studies in Canada. You need to have those things ready. For your masters, you need to have the transcripts from school. I know most of us don't get to have this transcript from school, but transcript is also an equivalent of all your results. Sometimes some school will accept the unofficial transcript, meaning that if you don't have the main transcript from the school, because the school always, the university that you want to apply to will want you to like submit an official transcript from the school, meaning that your school that you finish from should send them officially, because sometimes they can trust you, but then they still need a better confirmation from the school that you finish from. So you need to have your transcript. If you don't have your official transcript, you can collate your results from 100 level to 400 level, or from 100 level to 500 level, and collate them together and use them as a transcript for your master's program, if it is master's that you want admission for. So far I've told you two things. You need to know what you want to study. You need to know the basic requirements for admission into the school that you want to study. If you are still with me, I still want you to click on the like button. I see that a lot of us are not clicking on the like button. If you have not subscribed to my channel, do well to subscribe right now. The subscribe button is just down below. The like button is also down below. Do well to click on the like button. I have some people on the stream already. So let's continue. Sometimes for some schools, there is an English language requirement. Some schools require that you have done an IELTS exam, which is like an English test exam. But there's an exception to it. They say that if you have gotten at least 3 years of study in English language, meaning that if the country that you come from, they teach you in English language, or you've gone through a university degree or a university period that you were taught throughout your university in English, you are exempted, meaning that you're good or you are fluent in English. You do not need to write IELTS. So sometimes when people say that IELTS is compulsory or is something that is stopping them from applying to study abroad, I say to them that that is really not a good excuse, because I myself applied to study abroad. I applied to study in Canada and I did not do an IELTS. Till now, I've not done an IELTS and I'm done with school. So, meaning that it is not compulsory, because in Nigeria specifically, I don't know for other countries, if you were taught in English, you can also apply without having to write the IELTS exam. Then sometimes there's also requirements for the specific course that you want to do. For undergrad studies, some universities they take a number of subjects from the high school and say that if you've passed this so subjects, you can enter for this course. If you've passed this so subject, you can enter for this course. In most cases, most universities are always looking for like five subjects specifically as basic requirements for studying, for giving you admission. So you need to be sure that you've passed those requirements and look at those things very well. Then the next thing that we should put in mind, even though we've known the basic requirements for admission, we've determined what we want to study, you need to check the school out and see the tuition fee. Tuition is very compulsory. And I'm going to talk later about getting scholarship. I know a lot of people want to hear about scholarship. Can I get scholarship to study and all those things and everything? Tuition is compulsory. You need to know your pocket. You need to know if you have enough to cater for your education. It might not be enough to cater for the whole university study and everything, but enough to even come for the first year. So most schools in Canada they have an average tuition of say from 10,000 to like 20 or 30,000. So you need to know your pocket and determine that with this school, will I be able to afford this tuition? If you are a parent that you are looking to send your kid abroad, you need to know that if you are a university graduate that is looking to do his or her masters abroad, you need to know if you can afford a certain tuition. And I'm going to tell you how you can also study for free in Canada. You're going to stay tuned. I know you're staying tuned to hear that. I'll be talking about how you can, even without having money, you can still come to Canada, which will be through scholarship and all that. But if you are interested and you are happy to be here with me and you feel like this has been very informative so far, I want you to click on the like to consider the tuition. So after considering all the things that I've spoken about, after knowing what you want to study, after knowing the basic requirements for that school that you want to study in, and after checking the tuition and you are fine with them, the next thing to go ahead and check is the application fee. Most schools have application fee. Application fee is a fee that you need to pay in order for the school say that they want to consider you for admission. It's not that you go online and just submit papers. You know how many people want to submit admission, they want to submit their entry for admission into schools. Schools are not going to take it serious if you don't pay them, meaning that they are not going to waste their time on your own application. So every school or each school has an application fee, and the application fee ranges from as low as $50, 50 Canadian dollar, to 150 to 125 to $150, $100 to 125, 150, and sometimes 200, depending on the school too as well. So you need to know that this school requires application fee, and you need to have them ready. I'm going to be going through my live chat too and see if there's any questions, and I'll be answering along the way too. A funny question. Rose Patterson says, "How is the weather in Canada?" The weather in Canada is really good, depending on where you find yourself. I'm in a province called New Brunswick in Canada, and now we are in summer and it's very sunny. If you look into the side of my room, you'll see that there's a reflection of light. It is really sunny. I know summer is going away now, but then we've had a couple of months of really good sun, and it's really good. I can tell you that. So the weather is not that bad. When it comes to winter can sometimes be cold and not all the time cold, so it's good. So somebody asked, Yusuf Ocean asked about reference. Is reference compulsory? So for undergrad study, if you want to apply for an undergraduate, you do not need reference. Most schools do not ask you for reference, but for master's study, most schools ask you for referees. And I must tell you this, that you must have referees that you can actually get access to, people that you know that they have access to their mail, and you too you have access to them, meaning that once you submit your application, the time that it takes your referees to really reply to the school message will determine the time it takes for you to get admission into the school too. Those are the things that people don't know. Sometimes some people will just fill form and just put somebody that you've not informed before. And some referees are always very angry. Even if it is me, if you don't inform me before putting my name in something, I wouldn't really appreciate it as much as I won't be pleased with you, you know. So sometimes when you need people to be your referees, you need to tell them beforehand so that they can know, so that they can be prepared that a mail is coming from the school and they'll be asking me about this so person, and I need to know what to write about that person. So that is the question. So for so far, if you're just joining me, I have spoken about how to get admission, and I have spoken about four things already. I said you should determine what you want to study. You need to know what you want to study. You should have a first and a second choice of basic requirements for that universities that you want to enter to, that you want to apply to. And the the third thing was to see the tuition fee, for international students. It is always different from the domestic student or the local student here. So you don't have the same, you don't pay the same amount of tuition, so your tuition will be a little bit higher than what the locals are paying in this place. Then also, I ask you to see the application fee and get your application fee ready. All school or most of the school have application fees that you need to pay in order for you to submit your application. So moving forward, and this is the major one that everybody is is always having issue with. You need to get your documents ready too. When I told you about basic requirement, I said for undergraduate study, you need to have your WAEC results, you need to have your transcript from SS1 to SS3 or grade 10 to grade 12. For master's degree, you need to have your results for the old school, your transcript, you need to have your certificate ready. Get those documents ready, because when you are filling, excuse me, when you are filling those form, though you need to submit those documents too as a supporting item for your application. So you need to get those things ready. And the last but not the least, maybe not the last thing, is application or applying for scholarship. And this I'm going to really discuss in full. One, there is always scholarship for you to apply for. I know a lot of people are always very concerned. Some people have not even applied to the school yet before talking about scholarship. First thing you need to do is submit your application to the school. You need to be invested into that school before you start looking for scholarships. Most people will just call or just message me and say, can I get a scholarship to study here? You've not even applied to the school, you've not even figured out what school you want to go to, but all you're looking for is scholarship. Scholarship to come and do what? To have submitted an application to the school before you ask or before you start looking for scholarship. And there are different ways for you to get scholarship. Once you submit an application for school and the school has given you admission, you can write to the admission office of the school and asking for scholarship. Most schools have different type of scholarship, and I'm going to be talking about those type of scholarship. There's a type of scholarship that is called guarantee entrance scholarship, meaning that it's like you want to get admission into the school, you would have a scholarship that you're entitled to based on your performance from where you were coming from. If it is from secondary school for some children, sorry that I used the word children, for some young adults, if it's from secondary school, if you've done very well, you can call the admission office or you can write to them and say, based on my result or based on my performance and everything, I want to know if I'm entitled to a certain scholarship or not. And they will tell you if you're entitled to it. Or these people do not keep information to themselves, neither do they keep awards to themselves, because they are not the one that are going to use it. So you need to write to them and say, I'm looking for scholarship, and they will tell you if there's any scholarship available for you. For parents that are so concerned about tuition fee, about it is expensive to send my children abroad, to send people abroad to come and study undergrad. Yes, it is expensive, but your children are going to bail you out too as well. They can bail you out. They will determine if or not they want to bail you out, and that will be dependent on their performance. Because studying in Canada specifically, there are a lot of opportunities, there are a lot of scholarship that you can get on a yearly basis. So apart from the entrance scholarship that I've spoken about that you can ask for from the school, there are other scholarships that is based on your children, or you specifically, even if it's for masters, that is based on your performance every semester. There is an award for in the school that they called the Dean List Award. That is, if you do very well, uh, if you get a certain grade or certain point in school, you get nominated, or you get entered for the Dean List Award. And so a part of your tuition, or most times the whole of your tuition for the following semester or for the year, is paid off. Meaning that if you want to send your ward to come and study abroad, you need to speak to them. They should not be the type that would come to abroad and become the big boy and not be focused. Because if they are focused, they can relieve you of a lot of burden in terms of tuition fees. So they can, if you do well, you would get opportunity. If you do well, you will get scholarship on a yearly basis. And again, most schools have a scholarship page on their website that you can visit. And this scholarship page, they have a compilation of different scholarships that are from either from the government or from NGOs or from any other organization. They just send it to the school, and the school put it up on their website. Meaning that if you need scholarship, you can actually go to each school scholarships page and go and apply for them. And there are some scholarship that even through the school you can apply for. You can just fill one form, and they will submit your application to different scholarship, as much as 40 or more than that scholarship that you can apply for. But all that I'm saying is this: before you can even think of applying for scholarship, you need to get admission first. That means that you need to have submitted an application, you need to have paid your application fee, and then you can apply for the uh, the scholarship. And I hope I am not missing anything. I guess so far that is the thing that I have for you. Then the last one, which is why I said scholarship was not the last of everything I want to talk about. The last but not the least is visa application. You have your visa application. This has always been the major problem for everybody, and I'm going to find a time, another time, to talk about visa application in full. But the main contention for today, or the bone of contention for today, is admission. And I've spoken about admission. Before you can apply for visa, you must have an admission from a school, and that is like the number one requirement for you to apply for visa. So if you want to study abroad, and you are mostly concerned about the visa first before the admission, that is you putting the cart before the horse. So if you want to put the horse before the cart, you need to apply for your admission first. And once you get your admission, we can then talk about the visa application. For those of you that have joined me, I'm really grateful for you joining me. I know this video should be available for people to watch later too as well. If you have any questions before I go, you can drop them in the comment section. But I did this live session in collaboration with one of my friend in Nigeria, and uh, his name is Awal. So if you have any question for me, you can always drop your comments in my your questions in my comment section, and I'm going to give you an email address for you to contact me if you need to ask any specific question, or if you require my services in getting admission to study in Canada too as well, at the end of this video. But let me answer some questions before I go. The questions that I've received already earlier, so I'm going to be going through them in a bit. I have four questions here. The number one question is: can I process the admission without an agent, and how? Definitely, if you've been that, everything that I've said now is not rocket science. It is things that you can do for yourself. Sometimes I believe that our problem is that we don't even want to do anything. We don't even make any attempts to do anything. We don't want to do anything by ourselves. So you can do this admission process by yourself. You can go online. You always browse. Most of us are internet savvy. We are always on social media day and night. So you can always go online and check for these schools and just look for one school, or you can just Google school universities in Canada and determine which school I want to go to. You can do it by yourself. You do not need an agent. Most times what the agents do is bill us for their time, what they are going to do for us. It's just the time that it's going to take for doing those things. So you can always do that yourself. Uh, the num- the second question is: how flexible is their payment? By this, I think the person is referring to the flexibility in paying tuition fee. Just like I told you that you can relieve yourself of the burden if you're a master student. If you perform very well, you have master students don't get in for dean list. I think so. I'm not sure, but you can have scholarship that you can apply for. There's also bursary, which is one thing that I forgot to talk about. You can apply for bursaries. So bursaries are just like money, is free money that you can apply for from the school. You can go to the international student office to apply for bursaries too, and they're like, it might not be a lot of money, but then it is good money that you can use to supplement your tuition fee and get around with things while you are still on campus. And the flexibility of payment. One thing that I've noticed with Canadian school is this: they allow instrumental payments. Even when you've resumed school, you can go to the payment office and say that I'm not able to pay my tuition in full. Can you give me a plan for paying my tuition? And they can do plan for you. In fact, they can do the easiest of plan for you. Can be paying on a weekly basis, you can be paying on a monthly basis till the semester finishes. So the payments, there's always flexibility in payments. I think the problem that we have, maybe as Nigerians or as international students, is that we don't ask for things. We don't talk. We don't ask for information. So you need to be open, ask for information, and you see that there's a lot of things that you can actually get your hands on when you ask. Yes. The third one is how to find the right school for my child. How to find the right school for your child. You need to know what your child wants to study, what is he or she capable of studying, or that the person will be focused on and will be able to really really do well in. So once you are able to figure out, you can always Google it and say the best school for to study medicine in Canada, the best school to study so in Canada, and you will see it. For example, the school that I finished from, they were the first school in North America to have the Faculty of Computer Science. So I came for computer science in the school because of that. So those are the things that you need to know, and you can always figure out at any point in time once you determine that. Then somebody said, what are the benefits of studying in Canada? There's a lot of benefits in studying a lot of benefits of studying in Canada. And the number one is exposure. The exposure that you gain, the traveling to come to a place that is different from you, to see different culture. And because Canada is so diverse that you have a lot of people from different places. So you're not just going to be alone. You're not just going to be like the only international student. You're going to meet a lot of people like you or not like you, that are from different places, that are here to learn and to also share their own experiences too as well. So exposure is the number one thing, and I feel like sometimes money cannot buy exposure. Okay, so that's the money cannot buy exposure, because it's money that you use to travel to this place. But then you get what I'm saying. You Exposure is something that is really really big. You're exposed to a lot of things. You meet a lot of people. You see things. You see things that are different. You have the impact that this is going to make on your life is going to be a big one. And another thing is this: you would get access to practical study practical study. So you would, if you're into sciences and everything, most of the things that you do will be practical. You would have assignments. You have different things that you'll be able to. Everything will be handy for you. You can always lay your hand on things and work with it. There are resources for you to use, which is what I should say. There's a lot of resources for you to work with. So you should is one of the biggest benefit there, because some of us are coming from my country. Some of us study computer science, and most of our programming language exams were done on the paper. Most of them were done on the paper. Sometimes we get to go to the lab, sometimes we don't get to go to the lab. So you can just imagine that. So that is those are the benefits that comes to mind at this point in time. So I'm going to look through the chat and see if there are other questions too as well. Uh, uh, Yusuf said they said you can pay on arrival. How true is that? Some people are always very concerned, especially when it comes to applying for a visa. People think that once you've paid your tuition before applying for visa, you stand a better chance of getting the visa. Most schools do not even require you to pay any tuition before coming. You can pay anytime when you come. When I said to you that uh, they can even do plans for you, meaning that if you've not even paid as at the time that the school resume, there's always a late fee sometimes for some school, but then you can pay at any point in time. But most times, most school, if they did not ask you to pay before coming, it is not compulsory for you to look for any money or any tuition money to come. It's better for you to be looking for your travel money and the basic money that is needed for you to come. And when it comes to visa application, I'll be talking about that in full at a later time, though. So let's move on. What is the range of school fees, and is it a semester by semester payment? If you're listening to me, you know that I've spoken about the range of school fees. School fees is between $10,000 to like 30, 15,000 to $30,000 dollars, depending on the school that you're looking for. And can you the other one is it by semester is it a semester by semester? Yes, it's a semester by semester payment. And I also said that they can also make a payment plan for you that you can do month by month payments too as well, or week by week payments. uh Ashamu Babatunde say asked that for visa processing they list IELTS as part of requirements. The schools don't want it, so what do you say? I'm not sure that they listed IELTS as part of requirements for visa application, even though I'm not talking about visa application today. But IELTS is not compulsory, because I and a couple of other people are here without IELTS. We got our visa without writing it. So IELTS is not compulsory. I don't know where you're getting your information for, but then IELTS is not compulsory for visa processing. It depends on what you're coming to do in Canada, though. Is schooling and part-time work allowed? Yes, you can school and also work at the same time. For undergrad, I'm not sure. I think undergraduates have more work hours than the master students. Most schools we say, or on the visa, they say that you can work for 10 to 20 hours outside school, and inside school you can I think you can work as much hours as you have anyway inside school. But outside the school, you can work on a part-time basis, but it must not be more than 20 hours or 10 hours a week. I'm not sure which one it is, but 10 to 20 hours a week. So you can work and school at the same time. So mm, Ashamu, okay, please let us be able to watch this video again after the live video. I think YouTube should have something that would allow everyone to watch this video again. Um, Another question. Please kindly make it easy to watch this video again. Okay, I'll try my best to see to it because this is my first time of doing a live video, and I think I'll try my best to make it available for you to watch again. Said, how can I apply for scholarship? I've spoken about that. Be a keys. I've spoken about how you can apply for scholarship. You can either write to the admission office, or you can look through the scholarship page of each university or the university that you want to apply for in particular. So without further ado, or what did they say? Without any other question, if there's no other questions, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do well to subscribe. If you find this session informative, do well to subscribe, like, and share this video too. Once it is up, you can share the video. I also have other videos that I've made that are very interesting and very educative for you. If there's something that I've not spoken about today, you should check those videos. I see a question that is talking about research and course-based advice. Check a video that I've done already. I did a video about deciding whether or not I should go for research or course-based. So you should check out that video too. Somebody said, how do I secure good school? Those I have spoken about already too. You can always look online for things that you're looking for. You can always find them. If you want me to have another live session again where you can ask questions and I can answer you on things that you want me to discuss about, just put it down in the comment section, and I'll make sure that I'm also live again to discuss everything that you need to know. And for anyone that needs to reach me, I'm going to be dropping an email address for you to reach me at this point in time. You need me for advice, you need me for anything, just you can reach me, you can drop your mail at this email address. I've dropped that in the comment section. So that is my email address, the email address that you can reach me on. So thank you very much for joining. I noticed that a lot of people are still on this video and you've not clicked on the like button. Please do well to click on the like button. Until I see you next time, I still remain Pascal, okay, or you can call me Pascali, that you already know. Thank you very much and have a good time. Bye bye.